Bonjour, class. I would like to show you how to write some sentences that are not just about you. We've done a lot of practice with je, and I want to show you a nifty little chart that we use when we want to write using an action, talking about other people. So this is what it looks like. We are going to have two columns. This side of the column are going to be for singular subjects, and this side of the column is going to be for plural subjects. Yeah. And then we're going to have 3 rows. Okay, that means we have 6 boxes essentially. We have 6 different subjects in French. And you already know the first one, right? You know je. Je is one person, right? That's singular. But what happens if we add another person to ourselves? What if we say, like, my friend and I, or my sister and I, or my parents and I? That becomes a we, right? And so we in French is nous. Now, you, there are 2 different types of you. I think I'm going to run out of colors, you guys. The first type of you that we learn is tu. And tu is you, like for a friend. It's one person, it's informal, okay? But the French have another type of you, and this is like a you all. So it's what I use when I'm talking to all of you in the class. It's also what you would use for an adult that you don't know or that you don't want to be familiar with, that you want to be more formal with. Okay, and we're going to be talking about that. It's vous. Okay, vous. So that's vous, plural, and or formal. And then the last row that we have is used for il and elle, right? You know il and elle because we did il s'appelle and elle s'appelle. Okay, well, so you know that il and elle is he and she. But we also have a plural form of he and she, right? And that's they. So we add an S to the end. Okay. Those are all the different subjects that we can use in French to start a sentence. So this is I and we, you all or you formal, he, she, and they. This they could be all male or it could be mixed gender. This one is used for an all female group. Okay. So what's also super fun about this chart is not only does it have columns to help organize it, but the rows help organize. So row number 1 is first person, right? It's first person point of view, first person singular, and then first person plural. This one is second person, you singular and you plural. And the last one, I'm sure you figured out, is third person, right? Third person singular, third person plural. Now, what we want to do is when we take an action, or we're talking about a verb, we want to make sure that we are spelling that verb to match the subject that's doing it. It's kind of like a puzzle piece, right? You've got je, and you need the spelling to match for je on the verb. If you've got nous, then the spelling for the verb has to match differently, right? It has to be spelled differently so it matches with nous. So I'm going to give you really quickly just a rundown and what those letters are that go on the end that allow them to match. Okay, so we are going to use the verb that you're familiar with. Okay, that's jouer, right? The verb jouer, which is to play. Now we know that if we spell jouer like this, down here with an R on the end, that makes it to play. That means to play, right? It's not designated for anybody. It's just in general the idea, right? To play. So, how can I take this verb, jouer, with an R on the end, and make it work for 6 different sentences? What if I want to say I play or he plays, right? It changes in English too. So, for je, we are going to have an E on the end. Here's what's cool. It's the same for il and elle singular. Okay? E on the end, silent E. Now, for two, like let's say you wanted to ask a question. Do you play basketball? We are going to have the same beginning, but we are going to add an S on the end. Now, here's how we remember that it's an S. I always say the S stalks you. Not him, not her, not them. The S stalks you. And the S is silent because it's stalking like a ninja. Okay? So, shh. And that's our column for the singular subjects I, you, he, or she. Now, I am going to jump over to this one because they, the spelling for they, il, el, plural, actually follows a similar pattern. We have the E on the end, but now we are going to also add an N and a T. Okay, the N T are silent. It's pronounced joue. These are all pronounced the same. Je joue, tu joues, il joue, elle joue, il joue, elle joue. Pronounced the same. But it's okay because context in the conversation or whatever will let you figure out, which one it is. So the way that I tell students to remember the NT on the end for they is it's like a he and a she or two she's or two people, okay, that are now together. NT, now together, right? He, she's that are now a they. They are now together. Okay, so for vous, we are going to have this E on the end, but it also has a Z. I know. And it's pronounced jouer. That EZ makes an A sound. So vous jouez. So I would use that if I were asking all of you, all, class, do you all play, vous jouez au baseball? Yeah? Okay, last one. Nous. Nous will not have the E. It just has the JOU. So we drop the E. Okay? And we're going to add ONS. ONS for new. New. ONS. Now, I hope students remember those 3 letters by pointing out that those 3 letters can also be found in the word new. O, N, and S. You just skip the U, ONS for new. So this is what it sounds like. Je joue, tu joues, il joue, elle joue, nous jouons, vous jouez, il joue, elle joue. And that is something we're going to be practicing quite a bit this year, is changing this verb with the R on the end form into the different matching spellings for different subjects. Now, here's a big word that will be helpful for you. What we just did here taking this verb and changing it into its 6 different spellings, that has a name. That action has a name, and it's called conjugating. Okay, we just conjugated the verb jouer. Or I could also say this is the conjugation for the verb jouer, which means this is how we spell it in all its forms for all the different subjects in French. Okay, good job, everybody.